Hi, this is Teresa Parker, and today we are going to paint the cute little happy Scarecrow. I just think he's so cute. You can either do this with a tracer, which is also posted, of course, or you can do this, just draw him out. He's pretty simple, depending on the painter. I actually have been using a deviled egg container from Dollar Tree, and I had put my paints in here from another painting and covered it and put it in the fridge, and they stayed great overnight. So we're going to be using these. I have everything posted in the comments for what you'll need to paint this guy. So we'll go ahead and get started. And what I'm going to do is, on this one I use True Blue, but on this next one I'm going to use bright blue for the hat, and I'm just going to go ahead and kind of draw him out a little bit, kind of get the outline of where he's at. And I could do this in black, but I want to do it in blue just in case I need to paint back over it if I don't like it. Yeah, kind of like that. And we're going to bring it up and over like this. It's going to kind of be his little floppy hat over his forehead here. I'm just using a little tracer. I'm sorry, a little detail brush. Sorry about my voice. It's a little early here today, but I wanted to go ahead and get started and show y'all how to paint this one. Let's see. And then we're going to do his little face. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and use a light tan and outline his face here, which goes kind of right about here. And right about here. Something like that. Just kind of get me a little place setting for it. Yeah, kind of like that. Big round face. I kind of like it. He's a Scarecrow, so it does not have to be perfect. And I think pretty much that's all I need for now. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll use let's see, maybe a 1/2 inch brush, maybe a 1/4 inch. Let me get a little 1/4 inch brush here. And we're going to get some more blue, and we're just going to fill in the hat. This is pretty fast to paint. In a paint party, it might take, depending on your painters, most of the paintings I do will take an 1.5 to 2 hours, I think, depending. Everybody likes to talk and have fun and enjoy themselves. Some you'll have that are very detailed, and some that aren't, like just don't want to, they just want it to be all natural and they just go with the flow, and others want it to be perfect, which happens. And yeah, about 1.5 hours maybe. I do try to keep it that, so that you can make money with every party, as my business coach always tells me. And it kind of went over there, that's okay. So on this, I did not give it a background, I just went with the plain white of the canvas, but you can always give it a background of your choice, maybe yellow, happy little yellow, something like that. So there's this little floppy hat, but yeah, the background is, there's just not much background to it. And so that's kind of why I left the canvas. I just thought it was kind of cute. And let's see, we can even make the hat bigger if you'd like, but let's go ahead and we'll paint in his face. And I'm going to use, I've got all the colors listed, but let's use this rusted pipe color to start with, which is this kind of a medium tan, I guess. And we'll paint his face this color. And of course it doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, the good thing is he is a Scarecrow. So he's going to have, hay everywhere. Doesn't have to be perfect or round. It just kind of depends on how you want him, how your painters want him. And I just went along the edge there. And what I will probably do is go back over that with the blue, just to make sure the hat is on top of the head, of the face. And maybe we'll stick some hay in there too. I didn't do it on the original, but maybe we'll do that on this one. Just show you how easy it is. Oops. Okay. This brush is super soft and like losing things, so it's kind of too far down. I need a bow tie here. So what I will do is, let's make this, I think that'll be okay though. It's just a little far down. And if I had done a tracer, it wouldn't be that far down, but that's okay. This is where, you know, things happen and things change and it gets fun. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take, I rinsed my brush, I'm going to go ahead and take some of the light brown and I'm going to put in where I kind of want the one has hay to be, and of course it goes all different directions and it's just very thin lines, and we're just again kind of setting the foundation while everything else is kind of drying. And this of course is where you can make it, this is going to either take it longer or, you know, some people are just going to paint it in, it'll be done. Some are going to want super perfect thin lines for hay. It just kind of depends. And let's see. I just do things, you know, I just kind of get it on there. And I'm just putting it on the very tip of my brush and just dragging it around, making those thin lines, see, like that, sticking up. And what I will do is take some of the darker brown now, and I don't want this to, I don't want to blend this, sorry, I'm trying to think of my word. I don't want to blend this, so I just really want to touch it lightly with the dark brown. And at this point you can either go all the way like I did here and cover the complete background so that you don't have to worry about your background down here, or you can, you know, leave it thin and sparse. It's totally up to you and up to your painter. And I'm just going to go ahead and put some more thin lines on here. And then I'm going to use this color, another color, just to put a different color in here. And this is, I love this color, and it's called Blush Brown. And it's kind of got some red tint to it, which I kind of like. See how it kind of brings that out? So really any colors of browns you have work great. Whatever you think looks good to you, any color works. The browns and beiges and grays, just about anything really. Because hay comes in all different colors and depends on how dry it is, you know. So I kind of got thick there, which is fine. I can go back over that with a different color. So it's starting to blend a little bit, so I don't want it to blend, so I'm going to stop right there for now. And, sorry, I think my cat wants out the door. Callie, don't scratch the door. Callie. She's not listening. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and trace his hat, his floppy hat here, and I am just using a very small little tracer brush. Detail brush, sorry, and I'm tracing over the outline of the hat. And again, you know, you make this your own, change it how you want to change it. My goal is to give you an idea, a concept, or, you know, make it exactly like this if you like it. I'll go over here. And again, he is a scarecrow, and on the scarecrows, I don't worry about getting them perfect by any means. And this guy is just a little whimsical scarecrow. I give him a little smile because I like happy little scarecrows. And he's just really good for the fall. Okay, I did go around his face So I'm going to go ahead and do that, give it a little bit of detail here. And this one's a little bit lower on the canvas, as you can tell, but that also happens. And if people, if your painters freehand it, you know it'll turn out different for everybody. And again, this does not have to be a perfect circle. I'm just kind of outlining where I had gone earlier. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and let this dry down here before we do anything else. So let's do his eyes. And we just do little ovals. And I'm going to put it like right about here. Some little ovals here, and I'm just going to paint it in black. It's kind of a little damp, the beiges, but I think that's okay actually. Oops, kind of gave a little bit of a round there, and I'm just going to make it a little rounder. Okay, and over here we'll do like this, kind of an egg shape, I guess. Fill it in with black. And on these, if you pre-sketch the picture on here, you can go ahead and on these, oops, get the same shape here. On the eyes, you can go ahead and use like either a Posca pen or a paint pen, or you can use actually a black Sharpie works really good because the paint won't cover it. The brown paint won't cover it or hide it. Okay, so it's a little cockeyed, and that's okay too. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the outline of his nose, which kind of goes like this. And as you see, it looks a little different than the other one, which is fine. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is let that dry a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and take a round dauber. Now this can be done with the back end of a fat paintbrush or a fat big paintbrush, like one of these maybe, you know, the big back end of a paintbrush for the dots. Or this is a just a dauber. You can get the little, I think they're like $1 at Walmart, maybe $2 for the little different size daubers, and they can pick whatever size dauber your painter can, or you can pick whatever size dauber you like. And my paint's kind of thick, but we're going to go ahead and let's put it here, and we're just going to put some little round, oops, my paint's really thick. Let me go ahead and stir this up a little bit. Add a little bit of water. Yep. So when you store it in the refrigerator, sometimes it will get a little thick, so I just add a little water. Now Deco Art also sells something called floating medium, which is just, it's like paint without the color, and it works really nice for just a dot. Would make this really not so thick at all. So let's see, we'll go in here, and I'll do a little thing on that too, because I like their floating medium, and I'll do a little lesson on that, a little video. And I'm just going to put some little dots on here. I mean, this is just random. You can put a lot or a few, big or small, however you want it. Okay, so there's my dots on his little hat, and I'm going to rinse out that dauber real good, and let's go ahead and dry it off. Get the water out of it, so I don't want it to ruin it. Okay, now let's go ahead and take some orange, which I don't have it out, just a little bit. Okay, This just takes a dot of orange. Does not take much paint at all. I have way too much paint out. So we're just going to fill in his nose, and you can also do this in white. Do the outline in white so that when you do the orange, it doesn't blend in with the black. I'm real lucky right now it's not blending in. Put the orange down here real quick, and then we will re-outline the black color on the nose, probably, maybe not. Kind of blend it in pretty good there. Yeah, I'll do a little bit better outline on that, but for now that works for now to get his nose on there. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take some of the fuchsia and the white, and I just stuck the pink in the white, didn't I? That's okay. I'll get that out of there. Okay, so let's do some pink and white. I mean the fuchsia and white, and we're going to make a pink color. And we're going to give him his cheeks right about here. And I'm just going to do little circles. And they don't have to be perfect. Again, this is just some little rosy cheeks. And little circles on his cheeks. That's all there is to it. And I'm going to rinse my brush. And now what I'm going to do with the same detail brush is I'm going to use the black, and we're going to go ahead and give him a smile. Start with a little half moon by the little cheek here. And let's see, we'll do the top here. And then we'll do the bottom. And I'm just doing like a squiggly line for a smile. And I'm going to rinse my brush out real good. And then we're going to just take the fuchsia and we'll put it in here too. Now, if it's too wet, you might want to wait and go to another part of the Scarecrow. Or you can just get this right in the middle of the lips, and then it doesn't go anywhere. I'm just trying not to get the black and the pink. Sorry, I can't paint a straight line and talk at the same time. Okay, so there we go. There's his little mouth. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to his hay down here, and I'm going to take my little flat paintbrush and get the brown on just the outside tip. And what, I just kind of make it flat with the paint. So it's just flat. The paintbrush is just flat on a nice little edge, and I just put it down and I drag little marks. That's all it is. So just little lines. You can do this with your liner brushes. You can do it with this brush and make it flat. It's just however you're comfortable, or however your painters are comfortable with doing this. It works great. I'm going to go back to the red. Now at this point, I'm just going to go various colors just to make sure I have everything filled in nice and with the different lines so it looks like hay. And I will go back over it in a little bit with the lighter color. But we'll get the darker color filled in down here. The two of them. I'm using the one that's, I'm using the blush brown and the rusted pipe just to kind of fill it in here. And then, like I said, when I get done, I will go through with the lighter color and give it some more of the hay feel, right? The little details. And I want it real close to his face, coming out of from around his face. So I'm going to use a little flat edge and just kind of fill that in just a little bit. And that'll have a bow tie there, so I'm not too worried about that. And go this way. And I am just randomly using both colors and putting it on here with the flat tip of the brush, barely touching and pulling. And if you want to, that you can practice, like I just put it down and brush and pull, or just put it down flat and pull, and make different lines. If you can't see that, let's try black. So you just put it like this. That's it. That's all. They're just little marks. So we're going to get rid of the black. And let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to kind of let this dry a little bit, and then I will go over with the very light brown and fill it in. I really like these colors just because they're really nice, light, happy fall colors. Not real dark. But I'm going to kind of fill it in here. And of course the white's showing through just a little bit, which is great. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry. What I'm going to do now is, there's a big chunk of paint there. I'm going to get that off because I want to put my bow tie there. So let's go ahead and we're going to start with the liner brush and get black out. And we're just going to do a triangle. We're going to make a line here. And then a line up about to the middle here. And you can do your little circle for the bow. Oops, I have way too much black there. And then you do your triangle here. But I will go over that black and I'll show you. So then I'm going to take that liner brush and I'm going to use the same blue as the hat. I'm going to go in and fill this in. Now you can also do this in blue before you don't have to start with black. You can make your triangles in blue, and that way you can get it exactly how you want it before you outline it in black. And I probably should have done that so I don't get too much black in the tie. But we're going to see if I can squeeze that in here. Okay. And the only place I'm not going to be able to do it is the middle, but let's see. So I have a little bit of black that came into the tie, which is fine. Almost like a shadow. And then I'll put the blue here. Yeah. And the black is kind of like a shadow there too, which turned out great. And I'm going to go ahead and use the black and go up here and finish off the tie here. And a little bit around here and up here. Okay. Now let's use our liner brush. I use my liner brush a lot on this one, only because I'm doing it on an 8x8. This can be done on any size canvas. It would be so cute, like on a maybe 11 by 14, you know, bigger canvas. I think you would be precious. So I might have to do that for you too. We'll see how it works out. But let's go ahead and get the white, and we're going to go under the eye and put in like a half moon under the eye. And this goes almost all the way to the bottom. You just want a little bit of an outline left. So it gives him the bottom part of his eye, the white of his eye over here too. And I'll also put up all the information on here like always. I'm going to go ahead and do a little, just put a thin line like here and maybe a dot, and a thin line here, maybe a dot. And then your dots on the eyes, you want to remember, if it's on the right on this side, it goes on the right on this side. Or he looks like he's looking all sorts of directions and it looks a little funny. Okay, just the top part where he's kind of, because if I put one here, he'd look cross-eyed, right? So we don't want him to look cross-eyed. At least I don't. You can make him cross-eyed if you want. I'm going to put a little bit of white here for shine, and it kind of blended into the orange, which is fine. And I'm going to put a little bit of white here onto his pink cheeks. Kind of round it. Oops, got a little too much white, and that's okay. We're just going to go back over with pink. I just kind of wanted to highlight it with white. So there's like, that's almost like a dry brush there, where I just kind of dropped it in there and finger paint a little bit and just highlight it with white because I wanted it brighter. And you do not have to do that at all. You can leave it bright pink. I just kind of like the white on there. And let's see. Next, let's go ahead with the, I'm going to take the liner, I'm going to take my quarter inch brush again, and what I'm going to do is take the medium brown and go ahead and give him some hay sticking out of his hat and from around the side of his face and over here. Again, just lines with the paintbrush on the very end of the flat edge of the paintbrush. I'm going to use this color too. And this brown here, get it sticking out of the hat and off of his face. I don't like that, but that's okay. So let's see. The nice thing is you'll want to do a sample one anyway that you can take with you that the painters can see, or you can show them online like this, or you can take it with you, paint your sample and take it with you for the class. And what I like about that is that always gave me a really good chance to paint it a couple of times, and I like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to take just a little touch black here on the very flat tip, just a touch, and we're just going to add a little black into the hay just to bring out the, just to kind of, I don't know, bring out the stripes just a little bit. You want very thin lines of black, and you want them random and not a lot of them, just a little bit. So kind of see how that kind of brought it out quite a bit, made a little bit different. We'll put a couple up here. And that's a little thick. If it gets a little too thick, I'll just go back over with brown. But what I do want to do is, since I've made this line, I want to make it again. Now you don't have to outline his face, like I said, in black. I just like to do that to make it look, make his face stand out just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to take the back end of this paintbrush, actually of the liner paintbrush because it's smaller. I'm going to dip it in the white. And I'm going to go ahead and give his tie some polka dots. I gave him different sizes of polka dots. I love polka dots. Okay. I used to love glitter until I got it everywhere one day, and you know, glitter gets everywhere, but glitter would be cute on this too, so can glitter this. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and outline this circle in the middle a little better. I'm going to give a line on the bottom of the tie just to like give it a little fold, right? In black, a little line here just on the inside. Okay. And I think we'll take a little bit of black, just a touch. Let's kind of go around the inside of the face just a little bit. And we're going to take some white and do the same thing. Give them some highlights and some color here. Just a little, I'm barely touching it. There we go. Just to kind of give his face a little personality. And then the last touch, take my little liner brush with black. And I give him like a little eyebrow here and a little eyebrow here, kind of like an eyebrow. It's kind of in the place where an eyebrow would be. And then I'm going to give him some eyelashes, just little tiny lines funny. They turned out differently, which is fine. Okay. And I think that's about it. So like I said, you can give any kind of background you want. You can use any color you want. And do it however you like. So there he is. Oops, trying to get the glare off. So there it is. It's truly an easy painting. It's a fun painting. You can make I could have made the tie bigger if I wanted to and taken up to the bottom of the canvas. And here's the other copy that I did. And he's a little different. So they all turn out different. Mine always turn out different. So I will get everything posted. Make sure you have all the information. If you have questions, please ask, and I will get back with you as soon as possible. And I appreciate it, and I will see you really, really soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.